Relax now, dear listener. Feel your body settle into the place where you rest. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breath drift a little slower and out, as if the air itself has grown gentle just for you. Imagine the faint hush of evening all around you. A cool breeze moving through the trees. Somewhere far off, the quiet creak of a wooden shutter closing for the night. You are safe here, and every sound, every word, is meant to guide you deeper into calm, deeper into stillness. Notice how your eyelids grow a little heavier, how your thoughts begin to drift, like little boats upon a wide and peaceful river. There is no need to hold on to anything. You are here to rest, to dream, to listen. And now, let us begin our story. Our story tonight begins in a quiet medieval town, long after Vespers have ended, when the church bells have fallen silent and the streets lie hushed beneath the tender wash of moonlight. The cottages are dark, their hearths glowing only faintly from embers. The town itself seems asleep, yet not all souls slumber. For in a small workshop near the edge of the square, there is a light, warm, flickering, golden. Inside sits a weaver. Her name is Elira. She is not young, nor is she old, but there is something timeless about her. Her hands are steady, her gaze soft, and her loom waits before her like an instrument of music, ready to play its gentle rhythm into the stillness of the night. The loom itself is large and wooden, crafted by her grandfather many years ago. Its beams glow with the sheen of years of use, worn smooth where her fingers often touch. 2 petals rest beneath, carved broad and sturdy. With each gentle press of her foot, the threads lift and lower. The shuttle slides between them, back and forth, until cloth takes shape from what was once nothing but loose fiber. Tonight, the moonlight pours in through the small window, silver against the floorboards. It spills across the loom and catches on the threads of pale ivory, soft blue, and glimmers of silver spun from silk. They gleam as though they carry a piece of the night sky within them. Elira presses the pedal. The threads shift. She sends the shuttle through. A soft thump. A slide. A whisper of fibers kissing one another. And again and again. The sound is steady, lulling, a rhythm older than memory. If you close your eyes, you can hear it, the hush, hush, hush of the loom. Like a lullaby, like the breathing of the earth itself. In those days, weaving was more than craft. It was story, it was life, it was survival. Cloth kept one warm, marked one station, and carried the care of the maker in every thread. Some colors were so rare they seemed enchanted. Deep blue, drawn from the humble woad plant, required days of work and careful tending. It was guarded like treasure, for blue cloth was wealth, a sign of dignity. To wear it was to wear a piece of the sky. Elira's hands move with quiet certainty. Each motion is learned, practiced, ingrained. Yet tonight there is something different in the air, something almost enchanted. For as the moonlight deepens, the threads seem to shimmer more brightly. The cloth on the loom is no ordinary cloth. It is as though she weaves the very moonlight itself into fabric. And the town, though silent, seems to listen. The stones of the square, the beams of the cottages, even the ivy climbing the walls, all seem to lean in, hushed, waiting. Elira hums softly to herself. The tune is wordless, rising and falling with the rhythm of the shuttle. It sounds almost like a prayer, or perhaps a cradle song. You may notice now, as you listen, that her rhythm begins to mirror your own breathing. The loom pressing, the shuttle sliding, the cloth forming. It matches the inhale and the exhale, the soft drawing in of air and the gentle letting go. And with every motion, your body feels a little lighter, a little softer, a little more ready to drift. The threads themselves glow faintly in the moonlight, pale ivory like quiet snow, blue as the deepest night sky, silver that seems alive, catching every flicker of the candle beside her. As they intertwine, they form not only fabric but a tapestry of light. And if one looked closely enough, one might see more than threads. Shapes begin to form within the weave, the outline of a star, the gentle curve of a crescent moon, the flowing ripples of water as if a river were caught within cloth. Elira does not design these shapes. They arrive of their own will, as though the loom has chosen them. Outside, the town lies dreaming. The blacksmith's hammer sleeps upon his bench. The baker's oven has cooled, its warmth a memory. A lone cat prowls along the edge of the square, pausing to tilt its head toward the weaving sound. Even the wind seems softened, carrying only the faint scent of hay and distant wood smoke. And you, dear listener, are here among it. Safe in this little town, under the silver wash of moonlight. You may imagine yourself inside the weaver's room, sitting near the hearth where a small fire crackles softly. The smell of wool and linen lingers in the air, mingled with the faint herbal scent of lavender she keeps in a clay jar. The chair beneath you is wooden but worn smooth, comforting in its simplicity. You watch the loom's gentle rhythm. You hear the hush of threads. Time seems to slow. Elira does not speak often. Her language is her craft, the quiet dialogue between foot pedal, shuttle, and thread. Yet, sometimes, as the hours grow late, she whispers little things to herself. "This cloth is for the harvest," she murmurs. "For warmth in the winter. For comfort to the children." Her words hang in the air like blessings, woven into the fabric as surely as the threads. And so the night stretches on. The loom's steady rhythm continues. The moon climbs higher, casting longer shadows, and still Elira weaves. She does not grow tired, for the work seems to fill her with energy, as though the moonlight itself is flowing through her into the cloth. In medieval towns, the loom was often the heart of a household. Families depended upon it, not only for warmth but for trade. Cloth could be exchanged for bread, for oil, for grain. To weave was to provide, to sustain, to ensure life carried on. And yet, here in the hush of the night, Elira's loom feels like something more. A bridge between the earthly and the ethereal, between what is seen and what is dreamt. And perhaps this is why you feel so calm, so drowsy as you listen. The cloth she weaves is not only meant for wearing, but for dreaming. A cloth to wrap around weary minds, to guide them gently into the world of sleep. So let the rhythm guide you. The hush of the shuttle, the press of the pedal, the hum of her voice. Let it carry you like a cradle swinging slowly, gently, back and forth. For tonight, the weaver does not only weave for her town. She weaves for you. She weaves a blanket of moonlight, soft and infinite, to rest upon your shoulders and lull you into dream. Rest a little deeper now. Let your breath fall into an even slower rhythm, and out. The loom still sings its soft lullaby. The night is quiet, and the weaver's candle has burned lower, though its light is steady, warm, golden against the wooden beams. The fire in the hearth crackles gently, its embers glowing like little stars that have chosen to rest upon the earth instead of the sky. Elira continues her weaving, and as she does, the patterns upon the cloth grow more vivid, more alive. What began as faint glimmers of shapes, stars, crescents, ripples of rivers, now deepens into entire landscapes. It is as though she weaves not mere threads, but the very memory of the world. A forest takes form in silver and blue, branches arching like cathedral ceilings. A river winds across the fabric, shimmering as though it still flows. And far above, stars burn brightly, woven with threads so fine they twinkle when touched by candlelight. The loom does not resist this magic, it welcomes it. Each press of the pedal seems to open a hidden doorway, each slide of the shuttle carrying not only fiber but light, sound, and memory. Elira pauses for a moment. Her hands rest upon the cloth, her fingertips tracing the star shapes as though greeting old friends. She breathes slowly, reverently, as if she, too, can feel that what grows upon her loom is more than cloth. The cat outside slips quietly to her window. Its paws make no sound against the sill. Its eyes glimmer, catching the reflection of the moon. The animal tilts its head, ears twitching at the rhythm of weaving, as though it knows this sound, as though it has heard it in dreams. And perhaps you, too, recognize this rhythm. Perhaps it feels familiar, like something half-remembered from long ago, a lullaby sung to you when you were small. Listen now to the shuttle. And notice how your breath keeps time. With the hush. And with every breath, your body drifts a little lighter, a little deeper into calm. In the town, unseen, the people sleep. Yet their dreams are not ordinary dreams tonight. In the baker's house, The woman dreams of fields rolling wide with golden wheat. In the blacksmith's cottage, he dreams of rivers, their waters cooling his worn hands. Children dream of stars, great constellations spilling across the sky, close enough to reach. And though they do not know why, their dreams are softer, sweeter, filled with comfort. It is Elira's cloth that touches them. Her weaving sends quiet ripples outward, like moonlight cast upon water. Every thread carries a blessing, every shuttle's pass carries peace. She whispers to the cloth now, her words soft as breath. For warmth, for calm, for gentle nights. Her voice is hardly more than a sigh, yet the cloth seems to listen. The threads gleam brighter. Long ago, her grandmother told her stories of how cloth was alive. Not in the way people are alive, but in its memory. Fibers carried whispers of the field, the sheep, the dye, the hands that spun them. Every piece of cloth was a gathering of lives and moments, a tapestry of hidden memory. To weave was not only to create but to listen. Elira remembers this now. And so she hums again, her voice moving with the loom's rhythm, as if feeding the cloth with song. Outside, the moon climbs higher. Its light spills in silver beams, washing the loom, the floor, the walls, until the entire room glows faintly. The candle burns lower, yet the moonlight is strong enough now to weave by. And you may notice, as you imagine the scene, that you too are surrounded by moonlight. A silver hush that warms without heat, that comforts without weight. It gathers across your shoulders like a shawl, soft and endless. It soothes the edges of your thoughts, smoothing them like a hand smoothing wrinkled linen. Let yourself rest in that light. Let your mind loosen further. There is no need to hold on, only to drift, to listen, to dream. Elira presses the pedal once more. The threads shift. The shuttle glides. The forest upon the cloth deepens, its branches forming archways that lead into silence. She weaves a path of starlight along the river, a path that seems to invite one to walk, to follow, to wander. Perhaps, dear listener, you may walk there now. Not with your feet, but with your imagination. See yourself step lightly into the woven forest, beneath branches of silver and leaves of blue. Hear the soft rustle as moonlit cloth stirs beneath your tread. The air is cool, yet gentle. A night bird sings softly in the distance. And before you, the river glimmers, waiting. This is no ordinary fabric. It is a doorway, a dream place. And you are welcome here. You walk slowly, calmly, each step guiding you deeper into ease. The path is smooth, the air clean, carrying the faint scent of night flowers. Somewhere ahead, you hear the trickle of water, a hush like laughter, like secrets shared only with those who listen. You pause, listening, breathing, resting. And the forest rests with you. The woven leaves do not stir unless you stir. The stars above gleam only when you lift your eyes. The very world seems to move in harmony with your breath. Back in the weaver's room, Elira's hands never falter. She does not know, not fully, what world she creates. She simply trusts. She knows the loom carries her where it must, that the moon gives her what is needed. Her candle gutters once, then steadies. She whispers again. For peace, for rest, for dreams without sorrow. And the cloth shimmers brighter, its woven forest deepening, its stars burning. Tonight, there is no boundary between loom and dream, between weaver and listener. The threads she draws are the very threads of your rest. So let yourself sink a little deeper. Breathe in, slow and cool. Breathe out, long and soft. And as you breathe, feel the moonlit cloth wrap around you. Gentle, soothing, endless. Your body feels lighter now, like the hush of a feather drifting through night air. Your thoughts slow, softened by the shuttle's rhythm. You need not think, you need not remember, only drift, only listen, only rest. Rest once more, dear listener. Feel the weight of the day slip away as though it were no heavier than a folded shawl, placed gently upon a chair. You are here, in this quiet moment, with the loom, with the moon, with the hum of story surrounding you like a cradle of sound. Elira's loom continues its whispering song. The threads cross and bind, the shuttle glides, the petals sigh. Each motion is familiar, Yet each carries something new, as though the loom itself remembers things long forgotten and reveals them slowly, strand by strand. The cloth upon her loom has grown now into something vast. It drapes down, spilling onto the floor in shimmering folds. When the firelight flickers, the woven stars tremble as though alive. When the moon shifts higher, the woven forest deepens, its silver leaves rustling faintly as if stirred by a real wind. And Alira feels it now. She is not merely weaving for her town, not merely for warmth or trade. She is weaving a dream too wide to be kept within a single workshop. She is weaving a place, a sanctuary of rest, a realm of calm. Her grandmother once told her of the cloth of dreams. Legends whispered of certain weavers who, blessed by moonlight, could create fabric that soothed sorrow, calmed grief, and carried those who touched it into peaceful slumber. Alira never knew if such tales were true, until this night. You may feel that cloth now, wrapping gently around your shoulders, soft and cool as a night breeze. It does not weigh upon you. It supports you, holds you, as though carrying away every burden you might have brought into this moment. Breathe in, and the cloth breathes with you. Breathe out, and the cloth sighs, a lullaby woven of moonlight and silence. In the town, the dreams deepen. The blacksmith dreams of his hammer, but instead of clanging, it sings like a bell, each note clear and soothing. The baker dreams not of work, but of walking through a meadow where golden wheat bows to her as if greeting an old friend. Children dream of climbing ladders made of stars, each rung glowing beneath their hands, each step carrying them higher, lighter, freer. None know that these dreams are shaped by Alira's loom. Yet somewhere, deep in their hearts, they sense it, that their rest tonight is different, blessed, tender. Alira hums again, and her song now has words. They are not words of her town, nor of Latin prayers from Vespers, but older words, syllables passed down in whispers, sounds meant only for the loom. They flow from her lips as naturally as breath. And as she sings, the threads glow brighter, the cloth expanding like ripples across water. It feels as though the fabric could cover not only her workshop, not only the town, but the whole world if she willed it so. Imagine yourself now, stepping further into the cloth's woven dream. You walk along the starlit river. The air is so calm it feels like a blessing. The silver trees bow slightly as you pass, their leaves rustling like soft applause. Ahead, you hear a sound, not loud, not sharp, but a steady trickle, a woven waterfall of light. You move closer, slowly, calmly. The waterfall shines with silver threads, cascading down into a pool that glimmers with reflections of stars. You kneel beside it, dipping your hand in, and though it is cloth, it feels like cool water, refreshing and clean. You bring it to your lips and taste nothing but clarity, nothing but calm. And in that moment, your body softens further. The weight of your arms, your chest, your very thoughts, all growing lighter, as though the water has washed away every burden. Back in the workshop, Alira feels a presence at her window. She turns her head slightly and there, in the moonlight, stands a small child from the town, a girl with braids undone, her nightdress trailing. She has wandered from her bed, drawn by the sound of weaving, by the glow of moonlit cloth. "May I watch?" the child whispers. Alira nods, her voice too soft for words. The girl climbs onto the wooden stool beside the hearth. She tucks her feet beneath her and leans her head against the chair's back. Within moments, her eyes grow heavy. The cloth's glow lulls her, the shuttle's hush rocks her gently, and soon she drifts into dream. A faint smile curves her lips as though she has entered a meadow, or a sky, or a river woven just for her. Alira smiles too. She knows then that her weaving has found its true purpose, not merely to create, but to heal, to cradle. The loom hums. The moonlight strengthens. The cloth breathes. And you too are held. Let the weaving carry you now. Every shuttle's pass is another wave of calm washing over you. Every press of the pedal is another thought dissolving into quiet. Every hum of the weaver's song is another step into rest. You are safe here. You are sheltered. You are wrapped in moonlit cloth that will not fray, that will not fade, that belongs only to peace. Breathe softly now. Slow and gentle. Out, long and quiet, as though each breath is itself a thread, weaving you into the great tapestry of the night. Elira's loom does not falter. The shuttle slides. The petals whisper. The cloth glimmers, folding down to the floor in radiant pools of silver and blue. It is no longer fabric as mortals know it. It is the night sky itself, drawn close enough to touch. The child who wandered into the weaver's workshop sleeps deeply beside the hearth. Her little chest rises and falls in even rhythm, her braid loosened, her smile soft. Elira glances at her and feels her heart warm, for she knows the cloth is doing what it was meant to do, offering peace to those who need it. Outside, the town stirs in curious ways. Though no one fully wakes, some restless souls find themselves drifting toward the weaver's home. The blacksmith, strong and weary from years of labor, walks in his sleep, led by the sound of the shuttle. The baker follows, her hands folded as though in prayer. The miller, the midwife, the cobbler, all find their way through the moonlit streets. Their bare feet whisper across cobblestones, and yet they do not wake. One by one, they gather in the square before Elira's house. They do not speak. They simply stand, or sit upon the stones, their eyes half closed, their hearts beating with the same rhythm as the loom. They breathe in time with it. Their dreams align with it. They are held as you are held, in the fabric of peace. Elira does not look out the window. She does not need to. She feels them there. She feels the weight of the town resting upon her weaving, and instead of burden, it fills her with strength. Her grandmother's words return to her once more. The weaver is not a maker, but a vessel. The threads flow through her, not from her. And so she continues. The cloth grows vast now. Within it, the woven forest expands into rolling meadows. You may walk there too, if you wish, through tall grasses that shimmer like silver hair, bending beneath a breeze that carries the fragrance of lavender and wild thyme. Fireflies blink in patterns across the meadow, tiny lanterns lighting your path. The river glides beside you, its woven waters singing softly. You hear a lullaby in its flow, words too old to name, too gentle to disturb. Its voice mingles with the loom's rhythm, guiding you further and further into calm. The stars above brighten, and as you watch, they shift. They do not remain fixed but move slowly, like dancers in the sky. They arrange themselves into new constellations, shapes of birds, of ships, of hands reaching outward. Each one shines with a meaning only you can know, personal and secret, drawn from your own heart. The longer you watch, the lighter you feel. The stars seem to carry your weight upward, until your body feels as though it is lying upon air itself. All heaviness has left you. You are cradled now in a world woven entirely for your rest. Back in the workshop, Elira sings softly again. Her voice is low, almost a whisper, yet it vibrates with quiet power. The threads seem to listen, the loom itself humming in answer. The fire in the hearth burns low, yet the room glows brighter still, lit not by flame but by the fabric itself. The townsfolk outside grow calm. Some lie down upon the stones of the square, their heads resting upon their arms as though upon pillows. The cat curls among them. The town is silent but for the weaving, and in that silence there is peace deeper than sleep. Elira whispers to the cloth. For the weary, for the sorrowful, for all who carry burdens. The fabric responds with a shimmer, brighter, gentler, endless. And you may feel those words for yourself. For you too are held by the cloth. Every burden you carried into this night is set aside. Every worry untangles like thread, loose and harmless. You are safe, wrapped in moonlight, rocked by the shuttle's hush. The meadow stretches further, the river bending into valleys, the stars shifting once more. And there, at the edge of the woven world, you see a tower. Tall, silver, its stones glimmering as though carved from moonlight itself. Its windows are dark, save for one high at the top where a single candle burns. You feel drawn to it. Calmly, gently, you walk across the meadow, through the soft glow of fireflies, until you stand at its woven door. It opens for you without sound. Inside, a staircase spirals upward, each step glowing faintly beneath your feet. You climb slowly, unhurried, your breath matching each step. With every rise, you feel lighter still, as though leaving behind layer after layer of thought. At last, you reach the top. There, in the candlelit chamber, you find a chair, and upon it, a blanket woven of moonlit cloth, the same cloth Elira is weaving now. It waits for you, folded and warm. You lift it gently, drape it across your shoulders, and at once the world grows softer, quieter, deeper. This blanket is for you. This cloth is yours. It carries within it all the peace you need. It will not unravel. It will not fade. You close your eyes within the tower, and though you still hear the loom, still feel the shuttle's hush, you are far away now, drifting into dreams of your own. Back in the workshop, Elira pauses. She looks at the growing cloth, at the child asleep by the hearth, at the townsfolk gathered outside, and she smiles. She does not know how long the weaving will continue, whether it will last until dawn, or until the moon fades, or forever. But she knows it does not matter. The cloth has already done its work. It has carried you here. And still the loom whispers. The petals sigh. The shuttle glides. The threads embrace. And the night holds all who listen. Rest deeper now. You have walked through the woven forest, wandered the silver meadows, climbed the moonlit tower. And still the loom sings. Its rhythm is eternal, steady as breath, tender as heartbeat. Elira weaves on. The night outside has grown still, the stars wheeling slowly overhead. The townsfolk remain in the square, lying peacefully upon the stones, their dreams thick with comfort. Even the animals of the town, dogs, horses, roosting birds, are unusually calm, as though lulled by the same invisible thread. The child at the hearth sighs in her sleep, curling closer to the warmth. Her hand rests against the floor, and though she dreams of running across meadows, her small body is utterly still, utterly safe. And you too are safe. The woven blanket upon your shoulders holds you. Its threads breathe with you, sigh with you, whisper to you, rest, rest, rest. Elira presses the pedal. The threads shift. The shuttle slides. And now the cloth upon her loom is nearly finished. It hangs in great cascades, filling the workshop, shimmering like water. She runs her hand across it and feels not fabric, but time itself, memory itself, the essence of sleep. She closes her eyes for a moment, and in that stillness she hears the moon. Not with ears, but with the quiet within her. A voice soft as silver speaks. You have woven well, daughter of threads. You have given them rest, and they will remember. Elira bows her head, her fingers pressing the cloth as though in reverence. She whispers, I am only the loom's servant. It is the moon who weaves through me. The voice of the moon answers with silence, and in that silence there is blessing. Outside, the sky begins to pale, not with dawn, but with the soft promise of it, a faint graying at the horizon. The night has nearly passed, though it feels endless, eternal. Elira knows her work is done. She lifts the shuttle one last time, slides it through, presses the pedal. The loom sighs, the threads bind. The cloth is whole. She rises slowly, her joints creaking softly after so many hours at the bench. She takes the finished cloth into her arms. Though vast, it is weightless, flowing like water, gleaming like starlight. She folds it carefully, reverently, and places it upon the hearth beside the sleeping child. The child stirs, her small hand reaching for it even in dream, as if she knows it belongs to her. Elira smiles. The townsfolk outside begin to wake, not sharply, not startled, but as though drifting upward from the deepest of rivers. They stretch, rub their eyes, glance at one another. None ask why they are gathered in the square at night. None speak of dreams. They simply smile faintly, as though a secret has been shared among them, too fragile to name. They return to their homes quietly, their footsteps light, their hearts eased. The blacksmith will rise at dawn with hands less heavy. The baker will knead her bread with a lighter song. The children will laugh brighter, freer, with the weight of sorrow dissolved. Elira watches them go. She does not call out. She simply lifts her hand in silent blessing. She knows they will not remember the details of this night, but the peace will remain, stitched invisibly into their days. And you too will carry it. The cloth has touched you. It has wrapped around you, softened you, cradled you. Its threads are within you now, as sure as your breath, as sure as the moon above. Elira returns to her loom. She places her hand upon the wood, thanking it in silence. The loom has served her, has served the town, has served the moon. She covers it with a linen cloth, knowing it will sleep until called again. Then she sits beside the child, strokes her hair, and closes her eyes. For the first time that night, she too drifts into sleep, her breath slowing, her head bowing, her heart at rest. And the moon watches over them all. Now, dear listener, let the loom's rhythm echo softly within you one last time. Each sound guiding you deeper, each sound carrying you lighter, until you no longer hear words, only rest. The cloth has been woven, the night has been blessed, and you are safe. So close your eyes. Let go of the last of your thoughts. Allow the moonlit cloth to enfold you fully. And drift now into sleep. Deep, healing, endless sleep. Good night, Crescent Moon.